Govs Radio.
You're listening to the Wørt on Govs Radio.
Hey, moron, it's pronounced the Wørt.
What the hell is a Wørt?
Pronounced the Wørt.
What is it? The Wørt? Yeah, okay, I'll do that again. This is the Wørt on Govs Radio.
It is the Wørt. Not warts, not forts, not short. The Wørt.
I'm sorry, I just don't know what that means. When do you guys start drinking?
Who says we haven't been drinking?
Where's mine? If I say it correctly this time, can I have a drink?
We'll think about it.
You're listening to the Wørt on Govs Radio.
Oh, we're back. You like Muse?
Oh, I love Muse. Oh, come on, Starlight. What's
I don't like Muse, but I love this song.
How do you not
This
like
is a great
Muse?
song.
Yeah,
Muse
it's
is
a
awesome.
great song.
Listen, what's the other song that they had? The trailer for the Watchmen movie. You know, forget it. I'm not gonna think about it right now.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
And Supermassive Black Hole. I used to love Muse. I was obsessed with them. Them and
Oh,
Coheed.
yeah. It's black.
Supermassive,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Them and Coheed and
Supernova,
Cambria.
black hole,
Yes.
supernova, something like that. Yeah.
Supermassive Black Hole. Bad.
Supermassive. There you
Yeah,
go.
I was obsessed with them and Coheed and Cambria. Like,
Oh,
forever.
Coheed.
Yes, bro, I was obsessed with Coheed.
I played in a band when I was like 16 through 20,
Would you
and we
come?
opened for Coheed one time.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's dope.
It's when they
That's dope.
played some Long Island show in a basement.
Before they were big, you met
Before they
Claudio?
were big. Oh, yeah. I had people in my recording studio Taking Back Sunday.
Oh my god!
I was
are you
in
kidding me?
Bayside for probably like
What?
30
Wait, you
minutes.
were in Bayside?
I was in Bayside for 30 minutes.
Duality Bayside.
No. Like really early on Bayside before the drummer got into a car crash and died.
Yeah.
They then came to my studio to record demos and to try out new singers and new musicians in the band. I tried out for them. The band I was in had some buddies that were friends with some of those guys, and they came down to my recording studio and laid down a few tracks. A lot of them sounded exactly like some of the tracks that came out right after that.
Yeah, of
Laid
course.
down a few tracks.
Yeah, laid down a few tracks. And I tried out for the band. I played guitar, and I
Wow, dude.
kind of hung out, and they were like,
That's
do you
nuts.
want to be part of this? And I
That's
said,
nuts.
really? I had to give it serious thought, but at the time, I was going to college. I just failed out of my first college
Don't worry, we all
and
do
was
that.
going to my second college and knew that
First
if I
one
were to
didn't work
screw
out.
this up,
Yeah.
I'm going to be out of the house.
Yeah.
And I don't think I couldn't pull the trigger. I wanted to.
Oh, dude,
I
you
really did
should've.
want
You
to.
definitely should have, because I saw them at Wørt.
I know,
for like
and you know, in
couple years ago.
hindsight, it to me, I don't care as much. Like I don't know if I want that life.
See, okay, that's okay. That's what drives. Okay, that
It's a
drives
lot
me
of
crazy.
it's a lot of more than what you think it is. As an artist on the road, it's hard to say, "Oh yeah, I really want to be that guy."
Yeah.
He gets all the girls and plays concerts. But think about the repetitiveness of playing the same songs
Well, this is what-
night
yeah.
after night,
Yeah.
leaving the show, packing down, jumping on a bus, traveling 6 hours to the next gig, setting up.
Yeah.
There's a lot more than what you think it is. And I've done some shows with live artists
Yeah.
in live venues, and you could see they're not, doing cartwheels and saying this is the best life of the world. They're loving what they do and they're making
But
a
it's-
living on it, but it's not, being part of this huge awesomeness cloud that's following them around the country.
But that's kind of weird because, this is like, first of all, it doesn't surprise me because you told me the other day when we were working together about the whole thing with, the dude that you knew with the soundboard, the Eminem thing, which is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Still blows my mind to this day.
Really?
Yes. I told my mother, I was like,
I didn't even
yeah.
tell the kids in my class because I didn't want to ruin it for them. Pete, if you didn't hear, if you read Newsday this past Thursday, there's a kid named Danny Tannenbaum. I'm not sure if he's listening, but I did, call out to him on Instagram
Yeah,
and
totally.
DM him. And I said to him,
Slid into his DMs.
Yeah, back in the day when he was a kid, a younger guy, he came over to the studio when I had a recording studio.
Who is he? I don't.
No, you'll hear. What,
Yeah, well,
okay.
you'll get there.
Well, it's called a build, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Bro.
I'm impatient.
No,
Who is he? What's
get to the point, motherfucker.
Who does he do?
So Danny came over to my studio when I had an artist in. I don't remember who it was, but he came down and was looking around and said, "Oh, this looks awesome. I want to do this." I said, "That's awesome, dude. Like I'm all for trying to help other people in my industry because I know when you see it and you like it and you love it, you want to be 100% in." And he asked, how do I get started? I said, actually, you get started by, getting some microphones, but getting a mixing board. Now, I had an analog mixing board that was in my recording studio that I took out and replaced with a digital board. So it sat on another table in this unfinished
For you
area.
kids out there, analog means it's not connected to anything.
Right. No, it means that you're getting voltage instead of ones and zeros.
There you go.
There you go.
For you millennials.
Yeah, and that's what I teach all day, and it's kind of boring. Anyway, so he said, can I borrow this board? And I said, yeah, absolutely, you can borrow the board. Just make sure you bring it back. Well, the next time I heard about him, it was online. Danny Tannenbaum is now the producer of artists like Eminem.
Boom.
Recovery album he produced.
Boom, which I own.
And wrote some of the songs that are on it.
Insane.
And he is the almost premier producer on Kendrick Lamar's album that was just awarded 5 Grammys.
The feeling you're feeling
A couple
right
of
now
days ago.
is your mind being blown and you realizing how crazy it is that this
How
world exists.
crazy is that?
That's
This
insane.
kid was in my basement asking for a mixing board. And then next thing you know, he's the first thing you hear when the Grammys went on air. The first thing
Was the
you
Kendrick
heard,
Lamar song.
the Kendrick Lamar song that he opened with
Yeah.
is Danny's song that he wrote
Seriously?
and is the backup singer on.
Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know
So
that
the
part.
first thing
Wow.
you hear in the Grammys in 2018, Danny Tannenbaum's music and voice.
That's
nuts.
That's
right.
ridiculous.
That's awesome. I think that's that like, when he told me, I was like, wait, what? Are
And
you
coming from where he came from, now he didn't come from nothing. He came from a really nice family.
Yeah.
He came from Holy Trinity
But
Education.
still,
He
yeah.
came from a good, I forget where he went for his college, but he had the passion. And that's the thing, is like many people don't follow what they follow. There's people online with the beer stuff. They do it here and there, try to get followers, try to get
Yeah.
likes, but there's no passion. I think Ashley has a passion. I know Mike has a passion. I know we all have a passion for it. But the people that have that passion really push the envelope and go far. And
Yeah.
I really want to know what his story is. I want to know what I missed when I didn't know
Yeah,
him.
when he was on that way up. Like,
Right.
yeah,
What the hell? How did he get
Yeah.
from Holy Trinity in my basement
To producing for
to
Kendrick
producing
Lamar?
for Kendrick Lamar and being on the Grammys? I mean, he went to the Grammys.
Yeah, he told me that's what he said he was in
Yeah,
town.
he stayed home for the last 2 weeks and stayed at his mom's house. He's just sitting at his mom's house playing the old piano he used to play on in his home. If you go on his Instagram, it's I Am Beckin. That's I Am Beckin on Instagram or Twitter and all that stuff. And you can see him in some of his posts. And then he went to the Grammys.
Of course he did. Just like, but okay, that's why I'm shocked too, because like you come in, you're unassuming on like a Sunday, like Mike rolls in. Okay, when I'm at work, this is how it usually goes when we're at work together. Like I'll be upstairs, like just doing nothing or distracting something or ignoring my job or whatever. Like too sweeting my best friend who comes in, Tom, all the time, or like just kind of like he comes. One of my best friends is Tom. He walks in, we'll too sweet, which is a wrestling thing.
Yep.
And then we'll do like Fireball.
Like
and
Scotty Too Hottie.
Well, yes, exactly. So we'll too sweet each other. So then all of a sudden,
nonsense.
then I'll turn around and Mike will be behind me like, hey, what's going on? What happened up here? There's no one at the bar. I'm
There's
not
no
doing-
one there.
I'm
You're just sitting there on your phone.
Yeah, I'm doing nothing.
Looking up wrestling moves. Like, all right, that's fine.
Yeah. So then, like, when we talked, and he was just like, "Oh yeah, I work for Governor's Comedy Club." I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Had,
He's like, "Yeah,
had worked for
had
Governor's
worked."
Comedy.
But I'm like, "Wait, I'm sorry, wait, what?" He's like, "Yeah, I work for Governor." Also, like, I knew the guy who did Eminem and Kendrick Lamar's albums. And I'm just like, wait. You can't just nonchalantly throw out the fact that you were behind two of the biggest hip-hop artists of all time and also at one of the most legendary comedy clubs on Long Island. And he's just like, oh, yeah, it's no big deal. He's like, I just want him to come in and talk to my kids. I'm like, are you serious? If I knew him, I'd be like, where's my album? I gave you my mixing board. When am I going to be on stage? Like, what's happening?
Well,
I
part
wanna
of
go
my fear is if I bring this guy in,
Yeah.
these kids are going to be throwing mixtapes at him like, yo, check out my dope rhymes. Can you be on my album? You want to feature on my shit? I'm like, no,
That was the first thing I thought.
That's
That's-
why I brought him in. I'm here to talk about the industry and his path and his.
Whatever, O'Toole don't care anymore. Whatever, Mr. O'Toole busy. I got 2 mixtapes. I got one online. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do, and I'm actually kind of afraid of that. So
Really? Because honest to God, I feel like
I'm going to have to preface his guest speaking with, y'all can't sell him your shit because it's lame and he doesn't want to hear about it.
Then he'd be
He's
like-
already an accomplished producer and he was on the Grammys. So stop trying to peddle your wares, you bunch of gypsies.
wait till you see in the back of the classroom. You're like, who is that kid? I don't recognize him. It's me with like a wig on, a backpack and glasses, like Mr. O'Toole.
Yo, I got dope rhymes, son.
Like, here's my mixtape. What's good? Go
Yo, I've
on.
been here since September.
Exactly. Like,
Where you
yeah,
been?
Exactly. Why do you have a beard? Oh, don't worry about it.
No, it's all good. So yeah, I am Beckin on the Instagram. It's a hell of a story, and hopefully, if he comes to the classroom and speaks to the kids, I'm going to actually try to have him on the show.
That would be awesome.
There's no reason not to. If he has an extra moment that night, I'll actually schedule for a Wednesday or Thursday, and then we'll do the show afterwards. I'll try to get him on the air for us. He is a producer. He has his brand new album out. I forget what it's called.
He makes albums himself as well?
Yeah, he just produced a album for himself. It's like experimental type of hip hop.
Oh, nice.
It's called Get With the Times. Maybe I'll put it in the background for you guys so you can hear a little bit of
Cool.
it. But it's very, very cool. He's got a really unique voice. and he does a lot of great effects
He
with the
sings or he
voice.
raps?
No, it's all singing.
Sing? Okay.
And it's, like I said, very, I would say, in my opinion, it's like experimental hip hop.
Okay, cool. So,
But there's no rapping going on.
when I say when you say experimental, I think like Frank Ocean. I think like
In a way, yes.
cool. I think
Absolutely. He
like-
worked
like-
with Frank Ocean.
Of course he did.
Of course he did.
Of course he worked with
This
Frank
is a little bit of Becken here.
Yeah.
You can hear a little bit of it.
Nice.
Give you guys something to listen to before we hit our 10:06 hour, and we've gone 2 hours without even blinking.
I know.
Right?
Time flies.
Time
man.
flies,
It's
dude.
crazy.
I'm just so entertaining. That's what it is. And I'm sorry that all this charisma just came into the studio.
You wanted to keep Ashley on the line for 14 hours and talk about how your wavelengths are matching up.
We were. Ashley was okay. You know what? We were cool. We were boys. She's my nigga. Ashley, if you're listening,
Jesus.
She's a
Ashley's
southern white girl. She's the furthest from.
Are you sure? Because I feel that's the closest.
I don't know.
Like, I feel like we're same wavelength.
It's fine. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like very.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's all stuff that, in my opinion, probably should be sampled and then features brought in. Like a
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar, like a Drake, like a whatever's, hot now. You wanted Cardi B?
No,
not heavy
no,
metal.
Nah, just kidding.
No, it
Cardi
sounds
B.
sick though, but I like it though. It's very like laid
Yeah.
back and chill.
Right. So
Yeah.
I played in the classroom, right? And I have this student that comes in. The day I'm playing, he goes, "Oh, that's Becken."
He
I
knew
went,
it was?
"What?"
Wow.
This kid's 17 years old. You know who that is? He goes, "Yeah, he produced Kendrick Lamar's album. He did that." I'm like, "You read the Newsday article?" He goes, "I don't get Newsday."
First of all, yeah,
I
kids
said, "How the hell did you know?" So the next day,
Yeah.
right, I play something else from there's another artist very similar, like experimental hip hop. He knew that.
Was it Whit Lowry?
No. I got to look it up. It's
Is he from Long Island?
no,
Oh, okay.
no. The reason why I even know it is because of if you go on Spotify
They'll, like,
and,
you like
and you go-
artists and all that
right,
stuff? Yeah,
artists
okay.
that they like or their playlists.
Yeah.
Like let's say 30 Seconds to Mars,
Yes, love that.
which I think is the
good God.
reason
You
why
you don't
I
like
just
that? I
said-
love.
No.
Whoa! How dare you? That
well,
is Jared Leto.
he's listened to too much of the mainstream stuff where
Oh, no,
we
they're-
probably dive deep into albums
Yeah.
because we gave him a chance because we know who he was.
Their early stuff was awesome.
Right, the
Oh,
early
yeah.
stuff
It
was
amazing.
real deal.
It was experimental. It was literally just like Coheed and Cambria. It was like, I just had it in my head just now.
More heavy metal for me.
Yeah, Pete comes from the heavy metal room, so
okay, so you're
Slipknot.
more
you really don't look
Lamb of God.
too highly on.
Guar?
Mudvayne. No, not Guar.
Rammstein.
Yeah.
Ooh,
There you go.
Ramstein.
Yes,
I saw them
I
at
like
Jones
we all
Beach.
love Ramstein. Like everyone's like, yeah. Ramstein's
I
alright.
saw them at Jones Beach this past summer.
How was that?
It was
Be
amazing.
insane, right?
It was the second time I saw him. It was
That's dope.
I'll put it this way. So the one thing I'll say about a Rammstein concert is it's so there's an incredible amount of pyrotechnics.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
I've
Yeah,
seen-
There's
yeah.
nothing but
So-
fire and lights.
Seriously, yeah. That's why I wanted to go to one.
I've been to a ton of concerts. I've never been to a show. It
That
was
was a show?
goddamn
That's-
spectacle.
that's awesome.
in the best sense of the word. It
Well,
was.
I heard that about them. That one of
It's,
like the best live shows out there.
It's amazing.
That's dope. That's dope.
Everything. The first time I saw him was on the Family Values tour in '98.
Wow.
And
That's old school, right?
Old school.
Was
That
I-
was K-Rock.
Yep.
That was hosted by K-Rock,
Yep.
right?
The,
Yes.
uh,
Wow, dude.
When their second album came out, which was where they were they hit the U.S.
Yeah.
With Du Hast and
Yeah, which was on that
which
Guitar
is-
Hero and all that
Absolutely.
nonsense.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I found them.
That's how you know about it.
Yeah, and then I saw
On
listen
that-
to the other stuff. I was like, yo, they're heavy.
on that. So that first time, everything was on fire, including the lead singer.
Fully engulfed in flames.
At that point, is it right? At that point,
Everything was on
it's just a
fire.
fire hazard. It's like, whatever.
They started the concert with something off their first album, which is Rammstein. They have a song called
yeah.
Rammstein, and it was it starts off very slow, very melodic. Then the lights come on, and it's just the lead
Just
singer on fire, singing the whole song, not moving, just this giant fireball.
completely engulfed in
seriously.
flames.
So they do that
I don't need
song-
help. I don't need help.
I
I'm
wouldn't even
good.
listen to the song and be like, wow, is he going to die? Nope.
They do this, they do this like 4.5 minute song. Some guy comes out with a fire extinguisher,
To save his life.
Puts him out?
To
puts
save
the
his
lead
life.
singer out so he's not on fire anymore. Then they come into the second song and he's got some like giant spark machine attached to his boot doing somersaults on stage.
That's a show. That's
That
is
Cirque
absolutely
du
a
Soleil
show.
with
It's-
metal.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously.
But I mean, their music is
insane.
amazing.
No, I love them.
The show was
If you asked me to recall any of the song titles, I would have no idea.
Du Hast.
Yeah, that's
Du
the one
Hast,
I know, but
Zenzuk,
but I love them. I love
That's a
them.
good one too. And
Mineland.
not too many people know
Mineland.
Yes,
Beyond.
yes, yes. That's a
Great.
mainstream one too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
off. Well, actually, it's not. That's
No?
off They released like a B-sides album.
Okay.
And Mindland was on that.
Yeah.
I think 'cause I
kind of
had-
loose, Los.
That one I don't know.
So some of the Sony.
the palm muting.
Yeah,
that's
right.
that's what
Sone?
But see, the reason why
Sauna.
the reason why
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I thought that
Sone,
one was
yeah.
what I was making sure was because like I had Kitty Radio on my Pandora. Kitty.
Kitty.
Yeah,
Kitty Radio?
I love Kitty.
And
for
did
you.
it did it
Brackish.
did it rotate
Yeah.
Duhas in the mix?
Yes.
Oh snap!
Because I thumbs up do Haas when it
I
came
gotta go
on.
home and check my parental
Yeah.
controls.
Take them
Brackish
off.
was my jam.
I don't need my son freaking
I have that album.
lighting
believe it or
himself
not.
on fire
But,
in my
okay,
living room, going Duhas mish.
I had to get out of that whole mentality for a while because it was just too much. I would be too intense for way too long for
Oh,
no
well, that's-
reason.
that's
I
just-
like the
That's
whole-
just every goddamn day for me.
everything's just like I'm always like this close to like something popping off. Like
Oh
what?
yeah, no. That's just like
The
something
regular-
like In Flames or Hatebreed. Like that's what keeps me
Oh my
like
God,
a
you
level.
said, you
Oh,
said
yeah.
hate breed.
That's
Yeah.
Oh
that,
my
like
God.
that's
No, no,
like
hate-
oh,
Bro,
Hate
I
breed
can't-
it's Monday morning.
It's-
I'm just gonna listen to
Rammstein and Hatebreed.
Rammstein,
It's
wake up
Hatebreed,
juice.
a little Pandora.
Oh my
that's
God.
like
All right,
5
let me
minutes
ask you a
alone.
question. Best beer to drink while listening to metal?
yes.
Oh. No, which one?
If there's any specific
just got
answer,
that.
it's the wrong answer.
Best beer to drink while listening to metal.
We know
God.
that there's been some Rogue did the is it Rogue that did the Iron Maiden collaboration?
Rogue, like Rogue. Wait, the
Actually,
band? The
No,
band?
Rogue the brewery.
Oh, okay.
Unibrew from Canada.
Yeah.
They have a collaboration with Dave Mustaine from Megadeth
Yeah,
and
Megadeth.
the very early days of Metallica.
And they had
Yeah.
the label on the front of the
À tout le monde. It's
Yes.
this like hoppy saison. I had it.
Honestly,
back in October.
that's kind of
It's
weird because I
pretty
feel
good.
like as a metalhead, you wouldn't want to listen to anything. I'm sorry, drink anything that's sponsored.
Yeah.
Because that's like a Blink-182 sponsored beer. I'm like, I'm not drinking that beer ever. I'm not selling it either.
I mean,
well, No
that's
Effects did a beer.
that's
No
probably-
Effects is
Ugh.
like the most punk rock,
what I
and
was-
they did a
you know
whole
what,
beer.
that's what
we
I'm-
talked about last time.
yeah, but no effects.
no
so,
sponsorship is more of a punk rock thing than a metal
Yeah,
thing.
that's true.
But you guys are like, oh no, you guys are more anger than you are counterculture.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes,
It was more
Straight up aggressive.
Yeah,
our,
man.
our thing was railing against no matter if it made sense. Like, no, we don't want to do it. Wear your seatbelts. No, we're not wearing seatbelts. We're punk rock. So you're right. Yeah, I was more NoFX, MXPX, Blink-182, brand new.
MXPX, very-
MXPX. So when you're around here, so,
A little chick magnet.
yes. Even now, I'm really gonna show my age from now on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Straight Light Run.
All right, that's not bad.
the
X-
Pixies.
Pixies, of
The
course.
Pixies and Ramones.
I was
of
gonna say
course.
Taking Back Sunday.
Taking Back Sunday,
Yeah,
of course, brand new.
Yep.
The Replacements, which is why one of my songs is named Can't Hardly Wait. Yeah,
There you go.
I think I actually know that song.
Yeah,
yeah.
you know it from the movie.
Can't hardly wait.
It's a great.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love that movie.
yeah. You're right. Thank
Yeah,
you.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Of course, my
Say no,
crush.
Seth Green.
Yes.
I think
was-
when I was that age, that Welcome to the Jungle moment.
Oh
the
God,
jungle.
that's a great scene.
Oh, well, that was when he was doing the karaoke thing
Yep.
and jumping off.
Absolutely, and it went dead,
Yeah.
and then he jumps
He
up.
just catches the microphone.
And catches
It
the
was
mic.
Paradise City.
No,
That's
Paradise,
was
it was
Paradise?
Paradise. He's
Oh,
right. It
shit.
was
Yeah,
Paradise
yeah,
City.
yeah.
Nice
Hold on.
catch speed. Oh my God. Because now this is a music podcast.
Yeah.
Nice catch speed. Yeah, Paradise City. But I mean,
Well,
go ahead.
I would say the reason why we have music is just so we can jump to it and go, there you go.
There you go.
And now we're transported to the party scene and can't hardly wait.
Which was the reason.
And then you go back and forth between the two nerds that are on the garage and they're talking about X-Files.
Yeah.
And then you go back to the party scene.
Christy Turlington.
Yeah.
when they're making the plane, and
Well, the
grandma
life of a
talking-
supermodel is very easy.
She's busy. She's always traveling.
Do you know what kind of beer they were drinking in Can't Hardly Wait?
Was it Bud Light?
I don't know. I don't remember. I'm
that's
trying
a
to think
great
what was on the
trivia
shelves
question.
because it was
That is good.
whatever was on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably a lot of red cups. That's what
That's what it was
American
doing.
Pie did
Yeah,
and
because
all
you
those.
He had that little that card. They could say like how much he could drink.
Oh, yeah.
And he gave it to the dude. He was like, "You hold on to this. Take this.
This is yours."
Like, you deserve it."
I know exactly how many beers I could drink without having my judgment impaired.
Like that would ever work. Like it's off the chart. 2 beers in. Like
I mean, when you're that age, I mean, I was like count.
Oh, no,
how many
I didn't
beers
have
had.
any-
It's
I didn't
like
have-
a point
What
of
was the
pride.
name of the character that Jerry O'Connell featured as? When
Trip
he said-
McNeely, baby.
Trip
McNeely.
Wow.
Trip McNeely.
That's good. I was trying to think of the
Jamie.
name.
Trip
going
McNeely.
in deep tracks
That's
on Can't Hardly
hardcore.
Wait.
When he sat there with a six-pack and
Yes.
was like, he just
Oh,
burping and hanging.
yeah.
Bring flip flops to the shower. You
Yeah.
get boards on your feet. And he walks out. And he walks out.
That's the only advice I can give you. Good luck. He spanks him on the ass.
Trip McNeely.
Trent McNeely, and he just sat there with a beer like, Trent McNeely.
You know what's funny is that there's one thing in that movie that does not age well. I'm
Yeah.
not going to say it, but it's hilarious to watch. Is when Mike Dexter, who's the bully who dated Jennifer Love Hewitt, walks into the I love that this is playing in the background, by the way, because I love this song.
This is one of the greatest
Seriously,
albums of all time.
yes. Chinese democracy. I'm all about it. Not Chinese. Oh, I said Chinese democracy. Oh my God, wrong one. Sorry.
Appetite for Destruction. Yep.
Sorry. Relax. All right, I got it. I caught myself. Damn it, Pete.
Well, no one jumped on you, so keep going.
I jumped on myself. I'm a music snob. But when he walks into the room and he's like, he just got embarrassed by Jennifer Love Hewitt after she turns him down, and someone off screen says "fag."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Whoa, you can't say that! It's 2018."
No, you would never be able to get away with that.
And he's like, "Someone call me a fag."
And then he ran into the piano room with the other dude.
With William. Yeah.
You're the best, man. You know exactly what I'm saying. You're not.
And I never had that lifestyle because growing up, I was never cool enough to be invited to house parties. But they always sounded like fun. It was like if I could go to a house
Who's
party.
gonna want you now?
Amanda.
Someone. More like
Nobody.
Right?
You get her. In my room, I'm like, I would want you. Like, no, Mike, she doesn't like black guys. Oh.
and now the show has reached a new low.
That's what you're thinking. Then it was Barry Manilow playing in the background.
Dude,
Now I'm
more
ready
this
to
triple.
take.
This is really good.
Oh yeah, the triple.
Yeah, all right. So what we're drinking right now, folks, is St. James Brewery. It's, I believe, out in Holbrook, New York. It is
Shouldn't they be
a
in
triple,
St. James?
or if people call it a triple, that's fine. It's a 9% alcohol, Belgian style.
Belgian style.
Also, Mike called it a triple. No one else called it a triple.
No, I called it a triple.
He can totally be right, and I would not know.
It's the brewing traditions of Belgium, married spicy, fruity, and soft alcohol flavors, supported by sublime malt character. So Belgians are really known for their malt, right? And the alcohol percentage is pretty freaking sweet. It's 9%.
That's standard
and it's
for
easy drinking.
Yeah, no,
especially after many different beers that we've had. The 9% as the nightcapper really feels right.
No, it tastes really good.
No,
actually.
It's definitely the best beer to have before I drive home.
Well,
exactly what I was thinking.
It calms the nerves. You have to drink first so you can drive home and be safe. Like, all right, I'm good now. I'm good
all right,
to go.
no. Now I'm evened out the way I should have been. So everything's all good. All right, listen. It is 10:18 on a Wednesday, right? I was going to say Tuesday, but it's a Wednesday.
It's all the same.
I don't know how many people are still listening, considering when we promoted was from 8 to 10, and most people turned us off at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, no one's texting
I
me.
think actually,
No.
I got
And all we did was talk about Can't Hardly Wait for about 18 minutes.
But I mean, if you've ever seen the movie, you can understand why.
Right, you love it. You'd be like, dude, they're right in there.
I'm with them.
We'll wrap this up. You want to wrap this up?
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah,
I had a
let's
good
wrap it up.
time, as always.
It was a great time,
Jesus.
man. It was a great time. I'm glad you guys invited me. It was a
time.
lot of fun.
Mike Sims on Twitter. You can find him at, what's the handle?
At the Epic Mike V. I talk a lot of about wrestling for some reason. I post a lot of pictures of my. Shut up.
It's a great subculture to get in touch with, I'm telling you. The subculture of wrestling has a lot of followers. We need to dip into that a little bit.
Listen, that's where I come in.
We talk beer and wrestling.
I was actually retweeted once by a wrestling podcast, so there you go.
Do we have the name of it?
It was something to wrestle with Bruce Pritchard.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right,
So
check him
retweet
out. Go to Twitter. Tell him you heard about him on the Wørt with Mike and Pete.
Which
That's
was dope.
the Wørt, a podcast on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook.
And if you guys are interested out there, I also have music on SoundCloud, which is www.soundcloud.com.
You don't need to put the www.
I know. I realized
it's my
what I was
pet
saying.
peeve. If Graz is still listening, he's laughing right now because he knows
Honestly,
that no one ever needs to put the www anymore.
I was saying it, and I was like, Mike, they know what they know what
Why don't you
SoundCloud
start with
is.
http:// There you go.
It's soundcloud.com, shout out to O'Toole,
Yep.
/MICVERSYS. That's soundcloud.com/Mike Versus. That's all my latest music, all my good stuff.
Oh.
And
That's
you-
Paradise City still. Sorry,
Nice.
Mike. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Nah,
So,
it's
yeah,
okay.
check out Mike Sims. I'm sure that when you go out to California, you're going to be a little more public
Yes,
on your
yes.
social media.
I will.
He's been very lazy here, but in order to be, I'm going to be honest, in order to be a comic, you need to be out there.
Yeah,
you
you
need
do
people to
wanna do that
know. You
Twitter
really
thing.
have to promote. That's the one piece of advice I give to you, considering when we talked, you're like, I only got a Twitter. I'm like, no. This has got to change for our Instagram and Facebook and all Snapchat. I know you have Snapchat.
No.
You
I
don't have Snapchat?
No, I have none of that stuff. Actually, I said I said I barely have a Twitter. Is what I said.
Okay.
I was
Well, you do. You retweeted kind of what this podcast was going to be all about, and that's about it. I haven't seen anything since
like-
2014. I'm like, all right. Well, I hope he's going to be a little more active than that.
No, I will when I get
Well,
out
you
there.
do. You do need to do that when you go out there. If the one thing I learned from being here for 4 years, social media is key, and pretty much everywhere in small business, for the price and for the demographic and who you can reach, it's worth it. So, really get in there and get out there and connect to people and use this podcast even as a jumping point. I don't know how many followers we have today and how many people are on Instagram Live. My phone probably died.
Well, my huge family apparently was listening most of the time, which is
Well, it's great.
fantastic.
So now no one else is going to listen, but...
So you at least got like 25 listeners.
next week.
There you go. No, you're good.
It was
You're
a
good.
75% drop off in listening.
Jesus Christ. When I finally took it up, all of a sudden the analytics were
I'm
like,
a huge
nah.
draw, baby. I'm a huge draw. There it is. I
Hey.
knew it all along. Too sweet.
The whole time. I had it pegged the entire time. By the way, I just got a quick text, quick response. Ballast Point out in San Diego, California, is opening up a brewery, a brew pub, or something of that nature in downtown Disney.
Oh, there you go.
How
Nice,
awesome would
nice,
that be? To
nice.
be able to go down Disney and hit a
It's
brewery.
in Disney or
fucking
near
brewery.
Disney?
In downtown Disney.
Wow.
Like on the grounds of Disney
How'd they pull
ownership.
that one off? That's crazy.
I'm sure they either paid a ton or they have enough
Politics.
recognition.
Yeah.
Somebody got
There
greased
you
up.
go. There you
That's
go.
the way
That's
it
awesome.
works.
Good for them. Good for them.
That's
man.
awesome.
That's
So,
crazy.
I'm sure Mike's listening the whole time. We had a bunch of viewers on Instagram Live. We appreciate for listening in. We appreciate everyone for tuning in. We have to get out of here. It's getting late, and we are running out of beer. So, yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. Running out of beer and steam. So we would like to say to everybody, thank you very much for listening in to episode 2, giving us our rebirth. I think I said a lot less tonight.
You did.
I'm glad, because was really my pet peeve after episode 1, and we really need to get sponsorship, but I can't. I really can't buy another load of T-shirts in order to. Well, there's another. In order to support what we do here, guys, I really appreciate it. Pete, anything last words to say?
Thanks for listening, everyone.
We appreciate it. Mike,
And that's
any promotion? Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, like I said, SoundCloud.com/MikeVersus. That's MICVERSYS. Also, you can look me up on YouTube as well, YouTube.com/MikeVersus, MICVERSYS. I will be out in California February 18th, heading out there. So hopefully when I start doing shows and things like that, look me up, check out my stuff, and follow me if you want to see what I'm doing, because I'm hilarious.
And don't ever lose my number.
No,
really.
no.
And of course, don't ever lose touch, because if you make it, I want you back on the podcast.
Of course,
like, immediately.
and I genuinely
when I see
appreciate
you
this.
on a Twitter commenting about Trump and you're trending, I need you to call into the show.
I absolutely will.
I should be the first one you call into
Mike
and
and-
talk about the beer on the West Coast, but
Mike
truly
and
talk
Pete-
about everything else.
Mike and Pete, thanks for having me. I
Thanks for
honestly
coming
had
down.
so
Good to
much
have you.
fun. Seriously, I
dude.
had so much fun, guys. It was
We
awesome.
appreciate
Thank you
it.
so much.
All right, Pete. This wraps up episode 2 of The Wørt, a podcast. You follow us on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. Just type in The Wørt with Mike and Pete. You'll find us. And folks, we will catch you for episode 3 in a short amount of time. We're going to get drunk today, tomorrow, and always. Good night, everybody.
Well, that's 2 hours of your life that you'll never get back.
Are you kidding me?
Please hang up and try again.
This has been The Wørt on Govs Radio. I hope you're drunk enough.